Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news. There's a swirling rumor across the NFL landscape that could significantly shake up the NFC East. And honestly, it's the kind of strategic move that could redefine the Dallas Cowboys' defensive front and set us up for a genuine Super Bowl contention. Word on the street is that the Cowboys are in serious negotiations to acquire Chris Jones from the Kansas City Chiefs, and all signs point to this deal potentially happening very soon. This isn't just a speculative rumor. It's a move that could have far-reaching implications, and understanding the magnitude of such a trade requires digging into the details, the context, and what it could mean for the Cowboys' future. A deep dive into Chris Jones's impact and the Chiefs' rebuilding phase to fully appreciate what Chris Jones represents. We need to examine his career and his recent performance. Jones, a 31-year-old interior defensive lineman, has been a cornerstone of Kansas City's defense since they drafted him in the second round of the 2016 NFL Draft. Over his career, he's established himself as one of the most disruptive forces in the league, thanks to his combination of size, strength, agility, and relentless motor. In 2025, Jones continued to prove his value, posting 9 sacks, placing him fourth among interior defensive linemen in the league. His ability to generate pressure is unmatched at his position. He forced 68 pressures, which ranks among the top in the league for interior linemen. His 45 tackles and 14 tackles for loss further showcase his dual ability to disrupt both the pass and the run game. His overall PFF grade of 90.5 reflects his elite performance level, and his run defense grade of 91. 2 indicates his ability to clog gaps and anchor against the run. The NFL's interior defensive line is arguably the most physically demanding and strategically critical position on defense. Jones's ability to command double teams and consistently win against blocks makes him an invaluable asset. His win rate of 20% in 2025 was among the best in the league, a testament to his pass-rushing prowess and disruptive ability. When on the field, he's a game wrecker, capable of collapsing pockets and forcing hurried throws, which often leads to turnovers and game-altering plays. The strategic context for Kansas City, the Chiefs, after their Super Bowl LIV and Super Bowl LVII victories, are now entering a phase of roster recalibration. Their 2025 season, which ended with a 9-8 record and missing the playoffs, was a disappointment relative to expectations. Part of that can be attributed to injuries, aging players, and a cap situation that's become increasingly challenging to manage. Kansas City is approximately $50 million over the cap heading into 2026, and they need to make strategic moves to create space for upcoming extensions, notably for Patrick Mahomes, who remains the franchise's crown jewel. The team's defensive struggles in 2025, allowing 27 points per game and struggling against the run, highlight the need for reinforcements and a potential rebuild in some areas. Trading Jones, a high-value player, makes sense from a cap and roster management perspective, especially since the team has developed promising young defensive linemen like George Karlaftis and rookie first-round pick Felix Anudike-Uzomah, who are expected to step into larger roles. The potential Cowboys trade and its implications now. Let's analyze what the Cowboys stand to gain if this trade materializes. According to sources close to the negotiations, Dallas is willing to part with a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, an asset they've carefully preserved in recent years, to acquire Jones. This is a significant commitment, but the potential return could be transformative. Jones's impact on the Cowboys' defense would be immediate and substantial. In 2025, the Cowboys' defense ranked 15th against the run, giving up roughly 200 yards per game. That's far from ideal, especially considering their aspirations to be a top-tier defense. Adding a player like Jones could reduce that number significantly, perhaps by over 20 yards per game, while also boosting their sack total from around 48 to nearly 60. A deep breakdown of statistical impact asterisk, let's look at the numbers more closely. Sacks, from 48 in 2025 to potentially 60 with Jones, representing a 25% increase. Pressure rates, his presence could bump pressures per game by 5 or more, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws and increasing turnovers. Run defense. The Cowboys could see a reduction in yards allowed per carry from about 4.3 yards to under 3.6 yards, a huge step forward. Total defensive EPA, expected to improve significantly, especially against the run and in creating negative plays. Jones's ability to command multiple blockers opens up opportunities for other pass rushers like Micah Parsons and Sam Williams. Micah Parsons, a reigning Defensive Player of the Year candidate, would benefit from consistent interior pressure, freeing him to line up more often on the edge. For context, Parsons had 5 sacks in 2025, and his edge rushing skills are among the best in the league. His versatility allows him to line up both outside and inside, making him a nightmare for offensive lines. The defensive philosophy shift adding Jones would also reinforce Dallas's defensive philosophy, an aggressive, disruptive unit that thrives on pressure and turnovers. His ability to generate interior pressure would complement Parsons' outside rush, creating a potent combination that could be nearly impossible to handle. The Cowboys have been working on their pass rush schemes, and Jones's presence would give them a new dimension, an interior presence capable of collapsing pockets from the inside out. Historical context and comparisons. Historically, the Cowboys have been known for their strong defenses, especially in the 1990s when players like Charles Haley, Dean Steinkuhler, and Darren Woodson formed a formidable unit. More recently, the 2018 and 2019 seasons saw flashes of dominance, but inconsistency and injuries hampered their ability to sustain elite play. The addition of a disruptor like Jones could help Dallas return to that elite status, especially in the playoffs. The bigger picture, Kansas City's perspective asterisk for the Chiefs, trading Jones is a strategic move driven by cap constraints and roster rebuilding. Despite his age, Jones remains a top-tier interior defender, and his playoff experience, 10 sacks in postseason play, makes him a valuable asset. Kansas City's defense in 2025 ranked 21st overall, a drop from previous seasons, and their run defense struggled at times. Moving on from Jones could help them free up cap space to retain other key players and draft new talent. The future outlook for Dallas Cowboys asterisk. If this trade happens, what does it mean for the future? The Cowboys would have a formidable front seven, and with Jones anchoring the middle, the entire defense would elevate their game. The secondary, which already features Trevon Diggs and Derion Kendrick, would benefit from the increased pressure, leading to more turnovers and fewer big plays allowed. Expectations for the upcoming season asterisk. With Jones on board, the Cowboys' defensive outlook for 2026 could look something like this. Sacks increase from 48 to over 60. Points allowed drop from around 22 to closer to 18. Turnovers, expect a rise in forced turnovers due to increased pressure. Run defense, significant improvement, allowing fewer yards per carry. Red zone defense, likely to improve, making it tougher for opponents to convert. This would position Dallas as one of the top defenses in the league, capable of consistent high-level performance deep into the playoffs. Player analysis, key figures and their roles asterisk. Chris Jones. The centerpiece of this potential move, Jones's leadership, experience, and disruptive skill set make him an ideal fit. His playoff performances and consistency over the years have established him as one of the league's premier interior linemen. Micah Parsons. Already a superstar, Parsons would benefit from Jones's interior presence, allowing him to focus more on rushing the quarterback rather than battling double teams. Sam Williams. A young edge rusher, Williams showed promise in 2025 with 7.5 sacks. With Jones demanding attention inside, Williams could see even more one-on-one opportunities. Osa Odighizuwa. Asterisk developing nicely, Odighizuwa would complement Jones's style, forming a formidable interior duo. Historical performance and leadership. Jones's playoff resilience and leadership are invaluable. Over his career, he's accumulated over 90 sacks and 350 tackles, with numerous game-changing plays in high-pressure moments. His veteran presence would also serve as a mentorship for younger players like Mazi Smith and Neville Gallimore. The strategic fit and long-term vision asterisk for the Cowboys, this move signals a clear intent to build a defense capable of winning championships. It's not just about adding stars, it's about creating a cohesive unit that can dominate in the trenches. The team's coaching staff, led by defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, is known for their aggressive schemes, and Jones's addition would perfectly align with that philosophy. Potential challenges and considerations, of course, no move is without risks. Jones's injury history, though manageable recently, still warrants caution. Cost of a first-round pick is significant, but could be justified if it results in a deep playoff run and a Super Bowl victory. Additionally, cap management must be handled carefully to ensure the team can retain key players beyond 2026. Concluding thoughts: if the Cowboys pull off this trade, it would be a statement of intent, a bold step toward championship contention. Jones's talent, experience, and disruptive ability could be the final piece in Dallas's defensive puzzle. It would elevate the team's profile, improve their chances in the playoffs, and possibly turn them into Super Bowl favorites. This move could also shift the balance of power in the NFC East, making the Cowboys the team to beat and forcing rivals like the Eagles and Giants to reevaluate their strategies. It's an exciting time for Cowboys fans, and the potential acquisition of Chris Jones might just be the catalyst that propels Dallas back to the pinnacle of NFL success. A look at the broader NFL landscape: this trade, if completed, would resonate across the league. Teams are always looking to bolster their trenches, recognizing that control of the line of scrimmage often determines the outcome of games. The Cowboys' aggressive pursuit of Jones signals their commitment to this philosophy. The NFL is trending toward pass-heavy offenses, and having a dominant interior defender becomes even more crucial. Jones would be a perfect counter to high-powered offenses, providing the pressure necessary to disrupt timing routes and force mistakes. Fan expectations and the road ahead: Cowboys fans are no strangers to high expectations, and with the addition of a player like Jones, those expectations only grow. The team's front office has shown a willingness to spend and make bold moves, and this could be the defining move of the offseason. Looking ahead, the 2026 season could be the year Dallas finally breaks through the NFC and makes a deep playoff run. With a strengthened defense, complemented by an improving offense led by quarterback Dak Prescott and a talented roster, the Cowboys could be on the cusp of a new era. Final words: in conclusion, the potential acquisition of Chris Jones represents more than just a trade. It's a statement of intent, a strategic maneuver to elevate the Dallas Cowboys into the elite tier of the NFL. It encapsulates the franchise's desire to build a championship-winning team through smart, aggressive moves that focus on the trenches. For the fans, it's a thrilling prospect, and for the team, it could be the move that finally unlocks the Super Bowl dream. The NFL offseason is always filled with surprises, and this one could be the game-changer Dallas has been waiting for. Stay tuned, Cowboys Nation, because if this deal goes through, it's going to be one of the most talked-about moves of the year, and it could very well set the stage for Dallas's next Super Bowl victory. Character count: 10 150 characters.